And that's right, guys, we're inside now, and we are going to be seeing how far every single club goes for this 13 handicap golfer who is playing with the 11 hybrid irons. So we're going to start with Dave's gap wedge. We're going to see, we've got this at 90 yards, because that was roughly what it was when he was fitted. Let's see if he's still playing those same numbers. So good strike there, Dave.
Yeah. Oh, a bit longer than usual,
that. A bit long, so 99 carry, going 103, so yeah, 6,600 spin on that. We're going to hit 3 with each club and really start to see how far these are going, because the most important number for me, for you to know, is that number right there. How far does your club carry? Because this is when you're hitting into a green. If you're going over a bunker, you're wanting to land it on the green, you need to know where it should land on average.
That's pretty much 100 yards.
Yep.
And it's stopping 3 yards later, which isn't bad, is it? I don't think.
No, not bad at all.
Obviously, with my swing speed, I don't get lots of spin, but with the extra height I'm getting with these clubs, it's that descending angle, isn't it, that's working.
It is, and everybody thinks, obviously, as soon as you go to hybrids, we're not going to have as much spin, it's just for distance, but not right here. 11 have created some fantastic, affordable clubs that can get you the best of both worlds. So sounded a good strike again, Dave. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, 90 carry going 95 roughly if we're going to be precise. Well, precise, we're going to be 88.8 and 94. But again, 6,300 spin. Similar trajectories there, so 2 towering trajectories there. Let's see. Right, that'll be interesting because that was slight misstrike.
Yeah, it was a misstrike, but it's pretty much gone the expected distance, which we said would be about 90 and an 84, 85 carry, whereas I know that's 83, but it was a bit of a misstrike.
Yeah, so I would say your average was that second shot, around about that 90 carry. We can see there with a strike where you've hit it about 6 inches before, we've still got 82 carry, we've not dropped too much spin, and I would say that's pretty good. I would like to say that's a 90 club. If you swing a little bit hard and you've walloped one, like we know you'd like to do on the golf course, we know it can stretch out there to 100 yards. So let's go into your golf bag now and go for your pitching wedge. I will give you that, and I will just show the guys, obviously, this is a gap wedge at 47 degrees. Straight away you can see how much loft is on that face, and down behind the golf ball we know there's a lot of real estate there, and that gives Dave quite a lot of confidence. So we're going to move this back now. I'm going to go back to 100 yards here on the Golf Sun simulator. So 100 yards and we're all set. It's setting as pitching wedge already. Let's see what this does. Are we getting a 10-yard increment? Are we getting more? Because a lot of people think that it has to be 10 yards. It can also be up to 15 yards. You're probably going to have more options if it is a little bit wider. So strike-wise, Dave?
Not the best.
No?
No, cast it a little bit behind, I think.
Yeah, so not a great strike, going 90. So that's very similar, I would say, to obviously the previous wedge. Even if you misstrike it, we've still got it over to 90, 95. We might drop 10 yards. If that was an iron, or your old Tacoma 101 tees, potentially, that might have not made it 70 yards.
No.
Strikes, so
that felt better. Yeah, it felt much better.
Felt better. 91
hasn't gone that much more, has it?
Going 95, so 7,600 spins. So the spins jumped up straight away. And we are up there, but this seems to be very close to that gap wedge. This is a good test for you to do. Obviously, see how far your clubs are going. Have we got a big difference in them, or have we not got enough? So, strike-wise, Dave?
Felt a little bit better, to be honest. Yeah.
So not bad at all there. 95 going 97, so closer to that 100 yards, but only a 5-yard difference there, and it has certainly jumped up to 8,000. So let's change into your 9-iron. Let's start to see, obviously, was that just down to obviously the strikes of those? I'm going to get this up at 110 yards now, because I believe this is where we would like to see this. We'd probably like to see this a little bit further. 9-iron, what would you play that?
I'd be thinking from what I've seen on the course that this would be more like 115 to 120, but
okay,
we'll see.
Let's see, which then would fit in with your pitching wedge being a 105 club. Maybe it was just strikes, the pressure of doing the yardages inside.
A little bit left.
Yeah, but it sounds a good strike there.
Yeah,
Dave.
it was a better strike.
Left edge of the green, 115 carry going 120. So, like Dave said, left there, but it has hit the green. It's a very classic mid-handicap comment there. Because if that was your shot, you would take that all day long.
Indeed, I would, yeah.
So, 2 more, because that is the number where we would expect this club to be and what Dave's seen outside. So again, a very similar line, high trajectory. Let's see, it's catching the left-hand side. So 108 carry going 115. So slight misstrike, but we've still got the height from there, and we've only lost 7 yards in carry. So very interesting there. But what we do like from these irons is that peak height that we are getting, which is the main reason why Dave changed into these hybrids. Straight out the flag.
Yeah.
So again, carrying 106, 107, going 110. And that stopped pretty quick for a 9-iron. So a little bit down on those numbers that we've seen outside. So this is something that you do have to take into account, because I will put Dave's stats on from last year where 65% of the time, because I normally say 67, Dave came up short. And this is interesting where sometimes on the golf course you have a bit more adrenaline, you might hit it a little bit further, but it's always good to see the averages here. I would say we'll be looking down at probably 110 carry for that 9-iron.
I'm also thinking that perhaps because we've had such a hot and dry summer, that I've been seeing more run on them than I should be getting, really.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where you start to lift those numbers up. We're going to jump up now, because obviously from there we should be able to jump up to Dave's 7-iron, and we know that we're going to go 20 yards further on here. So I'm going to go up to 130 for this 7-iron, because like we say, we know that roughly we should be looking at the 8-iron in between these. So let's see how far this 7-iron goes. Fantastic way of finding your yardages out. You can do it here at Waterfront on the Trackman range. And that, Dave, was a fantastic strike. Again, stopping pretty quick, but carrying 137. So
that's kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah, that's a good strike, a good swing, your best swing you've put on all of these shots so far. So it's amazing what a good swing can do for you, Dave. A good ball flight, a straight ball flight, and a little bit longer than you expect. So let's go 2 more. Strike wise?
A little bit of a drop kick, but it's going to say nice shot, I guess.
And again, dropped 13 yards. It's going to say nice shot there. So 124, a little bit shorter than Dave plays on the golf course there. This is where, guys, on the driving range, for you, I would say maybe hit 5 balls, hit 10 balls. The more balls you can hit, the better your average is going to work out. But missed strikes, for example, total missed strikes, I would take out. So I wouldn't think, oh, that's hit the flag.
Thought it would in.
I wouldn't include them, but 130 carry there, and it did bounce back. But a much better swing there, Dave.
It was more in balance, wasn't it?
Yeah, 130, that might run out to 140. So like you say, an absolutely flush one, a little bit lower. Did get out there to 137, but I'd say 130 is a very good number for you. Let's
carry, that is, yeah?
Carry, exactly, because that's the main number I like to focus on out of those 2. So let's grab your 5-iron. We will change this over to 5, and we are going to go to 150 yards. We'll see what this does, because this might carry and run out. So this is where you have to think about what's obviously kind of shot you're playing into this hole. If you was thinking about holding the green, can we still get that with this 5-iron? Because that is why Dave changed over into these 11 hybrids. So a powerful flight, a good swing. 144 going out to 153. So I would say that's pretty good, and that fits nice and in keeping with 10 yards in between. We'd put your 6-iron at maybe 135 carry. So again, we know you might get a little bit more out of that.
Not the best swing, Chris.
Not the best swing.
But it's on the green.
Would you say after both those they weren't perfect strikes?
No, neither of them were perfect, no.
But you see the consistency we've got there. 145 carry, 142 carry, not from absolutely flush shots, which is obviously the main reason Dave changed these irons. Let's see if we can find the elusive middle.
That's why there's no marks up middle.
It probably is, because then we would say that your 6-iron should be around that carry number right there out of the middle. We know the 7-iron on average was around about 130.
Low and cutty.
A little bit
But
cutting across that.
yeah,
Extremely consistent. So I would say we are going to get that extra yardage out of this club. We haven't found the centre of the face there. I'm going to let you hit one more, because I believe this is the one. But this is why you're a mid-handicap golfer, Dave. This is where your averages, you say, okay, well, if I do flush it, it's going to be 150 carry. If I don't, it's down at 140. So you're going to play around closer to that number. So Dave, you can see that obviously they're a little bit lower,
yeah.
but up at that 147, not a perfect strike, so doing pretty well with that club. But from 5 hybrid, we jump into probably your favourite club in the golf bag, this one right here. So we're in this club now, and we're going to jump on the driving range, because this again is hitting over water. We probably wouldn't be going with this club, and at 180 yards we might be going further up that golf bag. But let's see how far this is carrying here on the driving range. So we know numbers outside, or performance outside, is exceptional. An exceptional right there. So a towering launch there. 165 carry going out to 180. So exactly like what we've seen on the golf course in the summer. We've seen it obviously run a little bit further because of the conditions, but that's something you're certainly used to seeing, Dave. And matching that in with the 5 hybrid, that's 150 carry with a good one, which we know obviously is in the locker. We just haven't shown it on the shots we've hit today. But that's a 15-yard gap, so a good jump. Let's go a couple more before we get to a club in your golf bag we're not 100% on.
A little bit left.
A little bit left, yes, a slight pull there. Drops down to 160, going out to 174. So it has dropped down ever so slightly, as we'd expect from a poor strike. We've still got the launch. Yes, a little bit left, but it wouldn't be too short. So one more here. So, fantastic launch there. Let's see. Numbers wise, 160 carry going out to 175 again. So we say right between 160 and 165 being the best, Dave. So very interesting there with that club. We've certainly seen some fantastic shots. But let's go now from that into your next club. So the next club in the bag that is sending it straight down the middle with 175 carry going 195 is the 11 mini driver, Dave. So not a club we have out a lot. We've not used it a lot, and this is why, if we look at the bottom of that, if Dave passes it here, we can see
Hardly mark.
it's pretty much brand new. We've got it at 13 with a little bit of loft on there, but not something Dave has used a lot. So it's something in his bag that, do we put another fairway wood in that goes a little bit further, or do we keep this in case?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about a 5 wood or a 7 wood maybe. But
Yeah.
would that take us in between the Zexio and...
Yeah, potentially a 4 wood, because a 3 iron or a 3 hybrid is similar to a 7 wood. When we did do testing before, we saw a 5 wood was close, so it's something for us to think about. Do we play around with dropping this 11 mini driver and popping in a 4 wood or a 5 wood? Again, slight pull there, 170 carry going 182, so let's go one more, Dave, because this is something certainly we need to think about. Fantastically priced mini driver, probably the best priced mini driver for me, probably one of the best performing off the tee and off the ground. But very much like a 60 degree, a specialist club for certain occasions. 170 carry going 185, a good club, but would a 4 wood or a 5 wood be more beneficial? Let's talk driver. So driver in the bag is an 11 driver TPT shaft with a Jumbo Max grip, but we've seen it certainly help Dave.
A little bit right, but...
Get a lot more launch. Not the distance there, not the perfect strike, 3,600 spin, but this combination has seen you get a little bit more launch out there on the golf course, give you a little bit more confidence even.
Yeah, because usually it's taking the left-hand side of the golf course out of play.
Let's see now what Dave can produce under this pressure. So again, a towering shot just up the left-hand side, carry wise. Similar, not a perfect strike, we're getting out there to 200 yards. So yes, one slightly right, one slightly left, but both just on the edge of the fairway. We've
not massively right or left, were they?
No, exactly. We've not had any low lefts, which is what we certainly had before.
And the height is, for me, the thing that... Oop, it says nearly chipping over the thing. The height is a thing that I'm really looking at as well.
Yeah, so in the summer it's been carrying a long way, running a long way. Let's go one more. And that's a pretty good shot down there, Dave. So 190 carry, going 210 and 1,700 spin. So we have seen you hit it up to 240. Today, obviously a little bit down, but we have played 18 holes this morning. So very interesting there to see the gap, and there's a few gaps that we need to look at, but overall, club's doing well, handicap coming down, and we're back on the course next week.